check. Just let me check. Make sure that we straight. We check. And we are. Okay. Okay. I can't take nothing for granted, man. We good. Yeah. Sorry. Learn to drive, baby. Yeah. Y'all good? Yeah. Yeah. What's up, y'all? Urban therapy. something is off. What up, y'all? How y'all feeling? Urban Therapy with Sun 752, and this is the Urban Therapy with Sun show. We do this every single Saturday from 2 p.m. till around 3:30-ish. And the reason that we say 3:30-ish is because sometimes it gets so heated that we just have to do a little OT on a Saturday. And it is Saturday. This is the show where adults come out and play with other adults. We laugh, we cry, we argue, fuss, and fight, go back and forth with each other, bust it up all crazy. We take an introspective look into our own personality to see the way that the universe projects us into this thing called the world and try to figure out this thing called life. I'm your host, Sun 752, aka Omar with the rrrr. And if you can't say Omar with the rrrr, well, then you just say Omar with the R. This is the Urban Therapy with Sun show. I'm feeling like a real man should, and I hope y'all feeling like real men and women should as well. Today, on the Urban Therapy with Sun show, we are talking about learning to drive. Learning how to drive, baby. Dual meaning in this. So we talking about actually learning how to drive, like drive a car, get a CDL, be able to navigate a truck or a bus. And we're also talking about what it means to be in a driver's seat. You know what I mean? Leadership, control, navigation. So we're going to drop it. But what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to shout y'all out, and then I'm going to have to restart this camera because I'm not getting the comments on the device, and I need that. So let me say what up to y'all. Yo, T Carry, right, morning, noon, and night. It's always great to have my people going directly into your site. What up? And Kai, what up, Kai? What's good? Tupac Jesus, what's up? What's up? My man, my brother from another mother, Norris Hill. Sit back, relax, do your thing, Max and chill. What up, my brother? What up? What up? Carla. What up? What up, ma? And CC, aka is known as Grown Woman Don't Try Me. What up, ma? What's good? Always great to see you. Mi favorita is de la casa. And my brother Ansel Jones. What up, my brother Ansel Jones? What's good? Good to see you. Good to see you. And let me see. Ronald Rodriguez. What up? What up? And Vontago Smith. What up? What's good, y'all? All right, so let me Ansel says teaching how to drive is more scary than driving. Woo! All right, so look, I'm gonna have to get us up out of here, and I'll be back in a second. All right, hold on. All right. All right, I think we better. Okay. Yep, we good. We good now, y'all. We good. Cause I'm like, I only had 2 comments on the whole joint, and they was from the beginning. I was like, nah, we can't do it like that. Now, months ago, I didn't know how to fix that. Now I know how to fix a little something, you know what I'm saying? I know how to fix a little something, maybe not everything, but we learn as we go along. You know what I mean? We learn as we go along. Can y'all still hear me? You know, audio good? Levels is good. 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 We sounding all right. Yo. Can you hear me now? Is it going down? Yo, I need to know, right? Yo, are we shining bright? Everything cool? While I'm up here cutting the fool. My name is Sunset. Yo, you know I know the laugh. We equalize things. Yo, we got surprise rings. You ain't know we was gonna win, but I knew it when we began. As soon as I started up, yo, would it be like? Yeah, it's all good, baby. It's a hood, baby. Yeah. All right, so we good. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put these drums away. So y'all just give me a second while I put my drums away. My back is feeling a lot better. You know what I mean? I'm able to check a couple of more things off the health list. I ain't all the way back. I'm climbing. I'm still climbing the ladder of excess. What's going on, y'all? How y'all feeling? Everybody cool? This is the Urban Therapy with Sun show, and we are talking about learning how to drive. Learning how to drive. You know, I want to talk to the ladies for a second. I need your opinion, or it may not necessarily be an opinion. It might be the way you live your life. If you're not currently dating, but when you were dating, starting from however old you were when you started dating, would you date a man who didn't have a car? Like in your 20s or 30s? Was a man having a car essential for you to date him? Let me ask another question. Not just having a car. Would you date a man that did not know how to drive at all? Would you date a man that didn't know how to drive? Now, you can have a driver's license and not know how to really drive. You can get your driver's license. You pass the written. If you can get through the actual driver's test, and if you don't drive all the time, you ain't gonna be much of a driver. But there's also people who don't have a driver's license, but can drive their ass off. Been driving illegal for years and years and years. I wouldn't know nothing about that. Not no more. Not no more. I wouldn't know nothing about it. I can't erase what I know. But anyway. But yeah, like even if he doesn't have a car, would you require a man that you're dating, especially seriously dating, would you require him to know how to drive? What do y'all say? Cece says, I'm old school. I want to be picked up for dates. And Carla says, nope. Well, you wouldn't date a man who didn't know how to drive. Okay. I thought it was a valid question because honestly, I believe that every man should know how to drive. Whether you have a car or not, you can have financial hardships or whatever for years and maybe not be able to have a car because maybe the car that you have your eye on or that you want isn't available for you financially. Okay. But I do think that you should know how to drive. You know what I mean? Yeah, that's just the way I feel about it. Now, the other question is for the men. Fellas, brothers, niggas. Does a woman need to drive for you to be able to get into her? Does she need to be able to drive? Like, does it matter to you? Are you good with, paying for Ubers and cabs and Lyfts or having to, go get her all the time or have her picked up all the time? Now, the other thing about it is, do you drive? You know what I mean? Like on some real shit. I think it would be odd if you didn't know how to drive or you didn't drive, but you required your woman to drive. But I've seen some unbalanced types of requirements with people before. So it wouldn't totally throw me for a loop. So what do y'all say? And so it says riding dirty on a date is crazy work. Yeah, well, I've been on some crazy work in my days. Woo, have I? Carla says we got to be able to get around. Now, people in Philly, people in New York, they claim that they don't need a car in order to get around because, public transportation is good. Lyft, Uber, whatever, cab, you know what I mean? What is it? 215-333-3333. That's the phone number of a popular cab company in Philly. Caller says, back in the day, we had hacks, but things way different. Man, you ain't never done lied. And for those of y'all who are not from Philly, hacks were gypsy cabs. So basically, dudes who would be outside of the supermarkets and other places they knew you needed a ride. Get hack man, get a hack, get a hack. They'd be out there saying that. Hack man, hack man, hack man. You need a hack? You need a hack? We all knew what it was. So, you can either pay that taxi cab, like, I don't know, $10, $15, or you can pay this hack man $5. Of course, you might risk sexual assault, kidnapping, murder. But that didn't happen often. You know what I mean? You wanted to keep a good reputation as a hack. And I knew hacks that had a lot of people had on speed dial. So, I mean, they was getting mad work. They was putting in much work. So let me see. Ansel said, "Be more had them hack cabs." I would imagine so. Now, any major city, the hustle is going to happen. But what about you, Ansel? What about you, Norris? You know what I mean? Would you date a woman and be serious about her if she didn't know how to drive, or if she couldn't drive or wouldn't drive, or you know what I mean? Yeah. What do you say? What do you say? For myself, I'm going to have to say no. I've tried it. That shit ain't the move. People who don't drive are a little bit irksome. They need rides all the time. Now you have different types of people who don't drive. You have the person who doesn't drive, who always gets wherever they need to go. State to state, city to city. They always have their route mapped out. So whether they got to jump on bus, train, plane, shuttle, whatever, van, car, scooter, hoverboard, they know how to get there. They are independent to the point where just because they don't drive does not mean that they won't get there on time, ready to go, and always have a way to get home too. So you have that type of person that doesn't drive, and then you have the other person. I need to get picked up. Can you come and get me? Oh, I really want to go. I'll give you a couple of dollars for gas. Sometimes they ain't giving up no gas. They ain't giving up no money for gas. You got to give up some ass. Give up some gas. Or you ain't getting in my ride. It won't last. I see you in the corner. I'm about to pass. And I'm going to squirt some water on you fast. I don't care if you live in Philly. I don't care if you live in New York. I don't care if you live in Chicago. I don't care if you live in DC. I don't care if you live in Newark. I don't care. Listen, there is no scenario that you can convince me that it's all right if you don't drive. Because you never know what's going to happen 1, 2, 3, 4 in the morning, and you need to be somewhere fast and right now. You just never know. Now, Uber is good for that. But what if you ain't got no money? Or what if your account is fucked up? You ain't got no money. Your credit card. What if your credit cards got stolen? And you had to freeze your accounts? What about that? CC says, hacks were definitely a help before I drove. I used to go shopping. Nora says, being able to take the wheel when absolutely necessary is imperative. However, I got a 3-for-1 once. You figure out those charges. I understand the charges. I overstay the charges, my brother. God damn. You know, all the times I've been picked up on a suspended license, DUI, all that shit, the cops never banged me all the way. They always let me live. There were times I was driving fucked up registration, license suspended, DUI, and inspection. Could have threw the book at me, and they never did. They would just hit me with the one big one, the one that was going to hurt. Like, take this DUI. Oh my God! They used to figure if you got a DUI, you don't need nothing else. All right. Oh, so you ain't drinking tonight. Actually, you are drinking tonight. I ain't gonna give you the DUI. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna act like I don't smell the liquor. But what I am gonna do is run this license of yours. Oh, your shit suspended. Yeah, knocked it out the park. Yo, Mr. McIntyre, your registration is suspended. Yeah, your license good. Yeah, you ain't drinking. Maybe a little bit. But that registration? Didn't knock it out the park, but you got a double. The tow truck coming to get your shit. 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 The tow truck coming to... yo, tight. That's how you sit. The tow truck coming to get your shit. I said, don't worry about it. Tow truck coming to get your shit. I said, yo, none of your shit was legit, but the tow truck coming to get your shit. You can't drive around with it, but the tow truck coming to get your shit. I said the tow truck coming to get your shit. I said tow truck coming to get your shit. I said tow truck coming to get your shit. I said, don't worry about nothing, baby. We give you a ride home, baby. Police force, yeah, you know. That's the main course, baby. I'm gonna go get my seat. Y'all ready? All right, cool. All right. Cheer. Cheer. Make sure y'all hit the like button, y'all. Please hit the like button, share the show, subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet. Hit the like button. Hit the like button. What up, Nicole Ellis? What's good? He said, you don't have the makings of a varsity athlete. Yo, he got that shit. He got that shit from The Sopranos. Yo. I ain't even mad at that shit. I hope you only timed him out. He never had the makings of a varsity athlete. Never had the makings. Yo, Tony used to be heated. He used to be heated. All right, let me see. Cece said that's true. And always looking for someone to drive them around and get angry when you can't drive them. Carla says, I never needed to drive in Philly, but my ex-mom-in-law told me before I moved down south, she said, get my license if I didn't have a car. I totally did that. Didn't need to in Philly. Now, when people say they don't need to be able to drive because they in Philly, I'm like, but do you mind waiting all the time? Because when I'm ready to go, I'm ready to fuck to go. Like, I get impatient if I gotta wait. You know how they tell you to warm up the car for a few minutes. I be like, get the fuck out of here. Like, I be calling myself, all right, I'm gonna let it warm up. 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 10 seconds. 15. 20 seconds. 25. 30 seconds. It's hot enough. It's warm. So, and plus, I don't want to pay every time I gotta go. I think my cheapness really kicks in. My frugality. I'm not sure if those are words. I don't care. My frugality. It kicks in. Like, I'm not paying nobody because I need to go, because I need a pizza. And all of that delivery shit, all of that, Uber Eats and DoorDash. No. Out of the question. Out of the question. I might call ahead and tell them what I want and then, pick up delivery, pickup. I ain't paying y'all. So y'all can bring me a cold ass pizza. Not gonna happen. Not gonna happen. Come on, Carrie says, on the phone. Oh, but hugs everyone. All right, that's what's up. Good looking out, Nicole. And CC says, remote start is my best friend. Yo, it's a very valuable tool. It really is. I got an old car and I put remote start on that shit. That shit is lovely. None of my new cars got a remote start, but the oldest car I got, a 1996 Toyota Avalon. They don't even make Avalons no more. They stopped making them in like 2019. I got the first generation Avalon. My shit be running though. This shit run like wow. But I got the remote start put on there, the alarm. That thing beautiful. That thing beautiful. I'd be like, yo, we need more of this. We need more of this. What's it? What's his name? Sule? Sule? Live from Australia. You Americans do too much for females, corny. Man, I'm wondering if you really from Australia. You from the bot plant. No, that's what I think. Bump City said, DoorDash and the like can eat rocks. That's what I say. I'm not paying for that shit. Nicole L says, I have a 1999 Toyota. Look, a Toyota engine don't die. Yo, the rest of the car can get rusted and beat up and all of that. But that engine, you keep getting oil changes in that bitch. Toyota and Lexus, engine don't die. The engine don't die. I heard that straight from the mouth of mechanics. Like, yo, you had a car for the rest of your life. I can't say nothing for your body work, your tires, your trans. You know Toyota's got problems with the brakes, but that motherfucking engine, as long as you keep that motherfucker, oiled up, change the oil and filter it, there ain't no mileage that it won't die. They got it right. They got it right. Now, my problem is finding parts. Finding parts for a 1996. But my shit be running though. Carla says, I had a hoopty at first, had to warm it up. Well, that sucker gonna cut off. I understand. Shit, you start that motherfucker, it start coughing. You know what I mean? You gotta keep your foot on the gas. You think you just gonna start that bitch up, put your foot on the brake and start it up? Well, if it's an older model, you probably don't even have to put your foot on the brake. It was just the key. So that shit be like zoom. Be like, what do you mean? Keep your foot on that damn pedal for like a minute or two. You be all right. He ain't gonna act up no more. But you gotta show him love. You know what I mean? You gonna have to give it a little foreplay before before you penetrate. He dry. She's dry. She dry. Gotta, loosen up. Now fuck you, Mike. You gay, you bitch. Fuck you, pussy. Matter of fact, you about to be the fuck out of here. Ask me how I know. All right. Nicole says, I love my car. Nope, don't drop me off nothing. I'm going to go get it myself. Plus, I don't trust everyone. Makes sense to me. And I ain't gonna lie, I don't want to be in a bunch of strange ass cars where I know a bunch of strange ass people been in. Like, in the back seat? You know what happens in the back seat of some vehicles? Disinfectant can't wipe away soul. It can wipe away odor. It can wipe away stains. But the soul, you can't spray that away. You can't wipe that away. You can't do away with that. All right. What up, Pompome? He's a dry like chicken bone. Word. Cece said, yep, Bum City, yellow, and I loved it. Couldn't find anyone to put in new floorboards. Oh, hold on. I missed a. Oh, like a Volkswagen. They live forever. My Beetle died when the floorboards started rusting out. Volkswagens don't live forever. Certain Volkswagens run for a long time. The Beetle, the Jetta, that Passat. I got a Touareg. Man, that shit guzzle full V8 full-time four-wheel drive. That shit drink gas like be like, God damn, not an everyday car. Gotta have another car. Gotta have another car if you got a Volkswagen Touareg. Especially the V8. They had a V6, a V8, and a V10. Do the math on that. Palm says, women drive when the man is tired. Yeah, if she can drive. And that's an issue. That could be an issue. You know what I mean? You and your baby, y'all taking a long drive, going to go see your peoples or her peoples down south. You from up north, people's from down south. You staring down the barrel of an 8 to 10 hour drive. Let's say from Philly to Charlotte, North Carolina. That's 10 hours. You could probably do it in 8 if you really. You could probably do it in 8, but it's 10 hours. Like for some people can't do a 10-hour drive straight. So, they might need to break it down. All right, let me do 6, you do 4. You good? Cool. But if you gotta be the one to do the whole 10, and you know that up front, that can cause you a little bit of anxiety. Like, so, and y'all gotta come home. So 10 down, 10 up. Of course, you probably not going to, come back the same day, but you never know. Like, what if y'all running drugs? You might have to come back the same day. With the drugs, the product, the drop, the bricks. But anyway, 2 drivers are better than 1. Because one of the drivers might not have a license. And the one that has a license needs to speak up for the one who gets caught in the driver's seat when the state troopers pull up. So shorty need to be able to drive. Now, let me say something about shorties who drive. Let me say something about women drivers. Either women can't drive worth shit or they drive their ass off. Either they can't drive worth shit. Like, you be in the passenger seat, like, even if you can't drive, you be ready to take the wheel. Like, ma, this is bad. So either that or they know about cars and they be pushing that shit. You know what I mean? You be looking at the speedometer like, she do 90 well. Straight too. You know, no swerving, no, you know what I mean? Concentration. It's like women who go to the shooting range. You ever take a female to a shooting range? They shoot better than men. Women shoot better than men at the shooting range. Now, I don't know how good they shoot out on the street, but at that motherfucking shooting range, there's something about it. They be hitting the shit out of them targets. Like, you know, first they scared of the gun. I don't know if I'm gonna be bow, 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 bow. You see them get that the target come back like, oh shit, she's a killer. That's your John? Oh, she's a killer. But yeah, either they can't drive worth shit, or they drive their ass off. Hopefully you get one who drive their ass off. Now, I'm sticking to that because I don't really know too many women that's in the middle. Like, normally it's the ones that say, I don't really like to drive. They can't drive. You better, take their word for it. They tried to warn you. She says she ain't like to drive. There's a reason why. The rest of the world don't like her to drive either. Take the wheel, homie. Take the wheel. Or you might be seeing the ER. I'm warned you. So I'm not going to say that women can't drive because that's not true. But sometimes, Ansel says my way or the highway. All right, Sule says my ex-wife was a bit of a Michael Schumacher and drove a lot. I was loving it while I was high. Is that corny? I mean, why are you asking us if it's corny? I mean, you like it, we love it. You know what I'm saying? Like, but there are some men who don't want their woman to drive, and there are some women who require their men to drive. Like, it's supposed to be, what is it? I know in the first, when cars were first invented, it was mostly men that drove cars. Women started driving or whatever, and I think that's where the women being bad drivers thing came from. But normally, like even at times when I didn't have a car, the women that I went out with, they was always like, yo, you want to drive? Because it looks a certain kind of way. It looks a certain kind of way when a woman is driving a man around. And some women feel that kind of way. They feel like, it might be my car, but you got to be driving it. And I ain't mad at that. Okay. Great Dogistan. He said, what the Sigma? I don't know. Okay. Let me see. Tire, is that supposed to be Terrell? Let's say Terrell. All right. Some women are good drivers, also depends on the area. And he says, I met some women who can keep up with the best man on the road. That's true. I know the saying. She said, you got your money's worth. Hell yeah. Philip Philos? Philip Philos? Oh, you said was drive by? Okay. All right. So, yeah, I used to be able, but not now. You protecting your mortality right now, ain't you? I hear you. I hear you. Nicole says my daughter drove from Phoenix, Arizona to Louisville. Woo! That's a long drive. That's a good drive. What route do you take? Because you know how they have certain routes that go all the way from the East Coast to the West Coast. Like 94 goes from the Northeast all the way to the Southwest. I mean to the Northwest. My bad. So you can take 94 from like Michigan, but not really because Michigan got to go under to get to Illinois. But once you get to Illinois, you can take 94 from Illinois all the way into Washington State. And Nicole says, I drive good. I believe you. Carla says, I don't like to drive, but I had to when I moved down south, or my ass would have been ass out. Yeah, you don't want to go downtown. I mean, go down south or out in the burbs, deep out in the burbs, anywhere in any state where they don't have a lot of public transportation and it shuts down really early, or California, like LA. You need a car. LA has public transportation. You need a car in California. Period. You need a car in California. Ain't nowhere at. Big ass state full of cars. Nora said my mom was a beast behind the wheel. I hear that. Nicole says focus is the key. It is. Those first couple of hours be rough. After that, it start flowing. As long as you don't start showing off. Ansel says Maryland to South Dakota was the longest I drove. Maryland, that's a good drive. Listening, agreeing on music was the most difficult part. Yo. Yeah. That can cause a lot of problems. You might want to get a pair of headphones. Like, yo, just go ahead. You know what I mean? Just rock out. You know? But look, if you driving, you should be able to listen to what you want to listen to. If you the passenger, get yourself a pair of Beats. Get some AirPods. Get whatever you need to get. You know what I mean? Get some Sony MX6s. Whatever. All right. Carla says, if I'm traveling with somebody, both of us need to know how to drive, but my nerves is bad. I understand. What do y'all think? Is highway driving scarier to y'all than city driving? City driving is garbage. Highway driving is like, no, you good. Ain't mad traffic out there on the highway. You know what I mean? Only thing you have to worry about on the highway is state troopers. In the city, it's like motherfuckers trying to scratch your paint. They trying to dent your fender. They trying to fuck up your quarter panel. You know what I mean? They trying to send you to the body shop with your body. Nicole says, you high, you don't really care. Wow. Grown women don't try me says, I'm funny. I don't want others to drive my car, especially my man. I ain't mad at that. A car is a person. A car is like a cell phone. It's a personal item. It can be. City said I-40 from west to east. Okay. Carla says, I know those women truck drivers not to be played with. Everybody needs to move out the way. Move, bitch. Get out the way. Get out the way, bitch. Get out the way. Move, bitch. Get out the way. Get out the way, bitch. Get out the way. Shout out to Ludacris. That's who need to come back. You know what I mean? Bring back Luda. Nicole says her father passed away, so that's why we drove from Phoenix to Louisville. She did good, though. I talked to her the whole time. Yo, rest in peace to her pops. That's damn. Frankie says, can take 94 west or 75 south from Detroit. Oh, okay, 75. Okay, I got you. Because I know 94, I'm coming to 94, like if I'm driving through when I take 94, I'm coming from Wisconsin. So I'm going to go from Wisconsin to Illinois and then Indiana. But when I'm on 94, it'll say that this shit is going to end in Detroit. Well, I don't know if that's where it ends, but that's pretty much where you're going. But I know that you can't drive across the water. You can't drive across the lake. They ain't got no bridge that long. Imagine, can you imagine this shit? Big as that lake is? Imagine trying to build a bridge over that shit. I ain't driving over that shit. What's holding this shit up? But anyway, okay, good looking out with that knowledge. All right, you got trolls coming through. They doing their thing. Okay. All right. Chris Winston says, my joke. Hey, Terry, did you hear about... Wait a minute. Let me read this first. Okay. Eagles suck. You swallow. Now, what's worse? All right. God says highway driving in ATL is a whole nervous breakdown. No, because when you in ATL, you're not on the highway. A city highway ain't a highway. I'm talking about real highways, out of the city, where it ain't that Atlanta eight lane traffic. I never even really been to Atlanta. Just seeing the traffic, I'm like, yo, yeah. I'm like, this is the South. What's the point? All right. Cece says my husband likes to drive my car whenever we are going somewhere. He has a car, but only drives locally. Stop burning up my gas and putting miles on my car. Damn it. Nicole says, right. A truck almost ran me off the road. I was on the damn highway. Bubba City said, I had a lot of time to think when driving across country. 80 west from Chicago to Salt Lake. 80 west. All right. Dimples D's, what's good, ma? What's good? I didn't see you pop in. Good to see you. Always. Bart says, cool beard. Thank you. You didn't accuse me of having a fake beard. I appreciate that. Because I get that a lot. Only on here, not in real life. You know what I mean? Only on here. All right. Nicole says, I didn't like ATL. Remy Jeremy says, you look like the new daddy from the movie ATL. Yeah, I didn't see that movie. And now I'm glad. All right. So, shout out. Shout out to the neck guzzler. What up, Kayla? What's good? What's up? What's up? What's up? So, all right, y'all. So we talking about learning how to drive. Now, when I was thinking about this show, I was thinking about not only physically driving, having a driver's license, taking the driver's test, doing the written exam, getting your CDL, you know what I mean, buying a car, whatever. I was thinking about what it means mentally and psychologically to drive. You know what I mean? And I wanted to ask y'all this. I wanted to ask y'all if you think that there is a psychological element to driving. Colin said, some face expressions be killing me. Yeah, I had to do that. I had to do the mannequin cut challenge for y'all. I had to do that. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, the psychological element of driving. The thing about it is, this is what I was thinking. When you are the driver, you take people where you want to go. Now, you can look at it like you're taking them where they want to go, but you are the one who has control over that. You're the one who navigates this thing. You're the captain of the ship. You're the driver of this vehicle. You are the pilot of the plane. You know what I mean? The way that you go is the way you're going to take them the route that you want to take and take them where you want to go. And you're going to make the determination about how long the trip will be or how short it will be. How much scenery will you'll experience, or whether it'll be like a straight boring type of drive. Whether you'll stop for a while, rest, eat, things like that, or whether you just keep the pedal to the metal and keep going and don't stop until you get where you're going. Only stopping for gas if necessary. So I was wondering, especially when it comes to men who don't drive, I'm wondering, is it possible that they lack direction? And I'm not dissing. But when a man is dealing with a woman, he has to be able to assert himself, to insert himself. You got to assert yourself, be assertive in order to insert yourself at some point, respectfully. You have to be able to assert yourself. So I'm trying to think, like, from a woman's point of view, would she view a man differently that didn't drive? Because if he doesn't drive, then he has to wait for rides, or he has to plan well in advance and hope that rides show up when you need them to, or when they're supposed to. Whereas if he drives, even if he doesn't have his own car, he can rent a car or something like that, and ride share. In the city, you have all types of rent car rental options. You know what I mean? You can rent a car for a day. You can rent a car for a couple of hours. Things like that. They have this thing called ride share, and they have another. They have another, like, car rental, short time rental services or whatever. But if a man doesn't drive and he doesn't have a car, and if he can't drive, then I'm wondering if women might look at him sideways, because can she trust that they will get to and from where they're going safely? Now, I don't know if I'm putting too much thought into it. I don't know. But, reliability is a big factor in a lot of people's relationships. Reliability. So how do I know if I can rely on you to be there when I need you, to get me somewhere when I need to go, or when I want to go, or when I have to go? If you don't drive, you're going to have to find another way for me to get there. And we're both going to have to trust that that person or that service will get us there on time and one piece. So I was wondering if maybe I was taking it too far in thought with that, or do y'all agree in some kind of way? I'm from Philly, Philadelphia, PA. You said you won't scam me? You won't have a chance. I can guarantee you. I won't say that I'm scam proof, but it ain't gonna be easy. I can guarantee you that. So bring it back to Mannequin Challenge. She says, when I was learning to drive, I was really scared. A car weighs tons. I was really scared. A car weighs tons, and I was afraid I couldn't stop it. Damn, what you think this is, the Flintstones? You thought you was going to be able to put your foot down and have to stop it that way? How come Fred never hurt his feet stopping the car? And what was making the car run? That big stone wheel, those big ass stone wheels, looking like a steamroller type wheels. Like, how would modern Stone Age family my ass? How was they driving down flat roads? Oh no. Ansel says, dating outside of my cultural Indian was a life lesson. American Indian, or should I say Native American, or Indian, Asian Indian. Remy Jamie says, what do people mean by Go Birds, Philly Eagles, Atlanta Falcons? What do people mean by Go Birds, Philly Eagles, Atlanta Falcons, St. Louis Cardinals, Las Vegas Aviators? Don't nobody care about them losing ass birds. Only team out of them that have won a Super Bowl are which ones? And ain't no St. Louis Cardinals. How old are you? They've been out of St. Louis for more than like damn near 30 years. How old are you? You know what I mean? That's St. Louis Cardinals? Let me see. What year did they leave St. Louis? What year did the St. Louis Cardinals move to Arizona? 88. It's over 30 years. Huh? That was 37 years ago. They ain't never won no Super Bowl. They ain't never win no Super Bowl. Man. Atlanta Falcons ain't never won no Super Bowl. They ain't eligible. Those sellouts beating the Patriots 28-3 and had the nerve to lose. How you beat first half beating them 28-3? That was the most disgraceful loss. That was the most disgraceful Super Bowl loss I've ever seen in my life. And people thought that was going to happen to the Eagles last year when we was whooping that ass. Kansas City whooping that ass. Whooping that ass. Whooping that ass. Had the backups in the game in the last few series. Sit down, starters. Put your feet up. We got this. Beat the shit out of them. The Chiefs ain't won a game since we beat them. I don't care what they records say. They ain't won a game since we beat them. You know what I mean? They want to say that you know what? I'll see y'all tomorrow. We not here to talk about that. We're not here to talk about that. But I will be in the house tomorrow when we serve up the 49ers. You know what I mean? We're going to sizzle them. Get them up out of here. Just like 2023. All right. Word, CC. We own that. Bump City says driving is definitely a necessity to be ready should an emergency arise, personal or otherwise. That's how I see it. Carla says in the South, people rent out their own personal cars. Wow, I wouldn't do it. Yeah, I wouldn't do it either. CC wouldn't do it either. I know she ain't doing that shit. Yo, you fuck up her floor mat, she gonna be pissed. Yeah, she gonna be pissed. So, what up? What up? What up? Say, what up, bro? Do you think Trump is going to jail or what? Or what? He ain't going to jail no time soon. He ain't going to jail no time soon. I'm putting my money on something worse happening than that. They ain't never gonna send that motherfucker to jail. He won't make it to jail. Oh man. Oh, she was Native American. Oh, that Indian. Oh. I don't know, them Indian chicks, they be a little hot. Be a little hot. Be a little, but the Asian Indian chicks, they be a little hotter. They be a little hotter. Caller says, I took Uber for the first time from the airport to my sister's house in Georgia. It felt so weird. Like, hope I don't have to jump out of this moving car. You practicing to go on MacGyver? You practicing? And so it says I was there for 3 years. I was partying everywhere. I hear that. And Nara says rabbit hole time when the Colts moved to Indianapolis from Baltimore. When did the Colts move from Baltimore to Indianapolis? Ooh. Damn, it was in the 80s. And that was a sad, sad thing. So sad. Wait a minute. Or was it in the 90s? No. For some reason, I'm thinking about the Oilers moving to Baltimore and having to change their name to the Ravens. So got nothing. When did the Baltimore Colts move to Indianapolis? 84. It was in the 80s. Damn. It said in the early morning of March 29th, 1984, with Mayflower moving trucks secretly packing up the team's offices overnight, owner Robert Irsay couldn't reach a deal with Baltimore officials for a new stadium. Beginning play is, man, that's disgusting. That's fucking disgusting. Nah, Ryan, we both got it wrong. I knew it was the 80s. I knew it was the 80s. I just couldn't remember what year. Prison says dude beard was spray painted on. Damn, you right. You right. You right. Yeah, you right. It's spray painted on, all right. Man, I shaped my shit up this morning. You see how sharp that shit is? Shizard. 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 It looked like Izzard. Yeah, baby. I know you mad because you can't get your beard like this. Shit, when I was younger, I couldn't get it like that either. That shit grew into me. I didn't grow into it. You know what I'm saying? But I know, you know what I mean? You wish you could get it like that. I know how it be, man. I know how it be. I know how it be. My fix says, go birds, dickhead. Yo. Maria Ramirez. Maria Ramirez, señorita Ramirez. Maria Ramirez, señorita Ramirez. Maria Ramirez, señorita Ramirez. What up? What up? How you feeling? My good to see me some you, without a doubt. Cece says, all the trolls while you trolling. All the trolls while you trolling. At least hit the like button. Exactly. At least hit the like button. Damn. You gonna troll? You know what I'm saying? At least make it worth your while and shit. Make it worth somebody while. And Charlotte, what's good? You said you sound like Steve Harvey. Oh, no, the fuck I don't. That motherfucker be trying too hard to be from the South. I ain't got nothing to do with the South. Never have, never will. That Steve Harvey be like, yeah, and you sure is gonna be something because you won't have to do it. Shut the fuck up. Don't never associate me with no Steve Harvey. But do associate me with his management. Because that motherfucker got the best management I ever seen in my life. They keep his pockets fat. I don't like nothing he do except for Family Feud. He good on that shit. He is. I can't even front. He be hosting the shit out of that show. I got to give it to him. His stand-up ass. Acting ass. Talk show ass. I don't want to hear nothing else that he do but when the Family Feud, yo, I come through. And I don't watch that shit every night, but every time that I see he's doing it right. That's word. So I can't get on him about it. Yo, he got the best management. I don't doubt it. Because that motherfucker keep him right. And he got the least talented of the night. Of all the kings, he is the worst. But that motherfucker's in first. And can't nobody deny it. They buy it. Your motherfuckers be coming around. Yo, they want to try it just like a new drug. Yo, you sound bugged if you think that motherfucker going out like a thug. He took the drugs. He took the thug's wife. The drug dealers, he got the thug's wife. And his daughter, she on some other shit. Yo, that girl's a hoe. But, yeah, you know how it go, right? The passage. You want to do this shit? Yo, she ready to eat the sausage. You know what I'm talking about? Everything's going to be all right. We take a different route. My name is Sun75, and I do things my way. Don't give a fuck what nobody else say. And it's going to be like that for a good while. It ain't never going to change. I say, I'll be in my grave before I behave and do what you want to do. I'm just trying to stay off the hunger pains because they ain't coming through. Because I do what the fuck I want to. Thought you knew, nigga. All right. So here we go. Shavenko, sir, you look like a Dolph Ziggler. Oh, God. I can't take it. The trolls. Trolls, they want to come through. They need attention. Their mother never gave them attention. Their girlfriends don't pay them no mind. Their wives have married them for the money. If you was a real man, your woman would like you because of your pipe game and work her way up. Like, I used to just like him because he stuck me good. But then I started listening to the things he said and they started making sense. And so I'm saying you would have thought that Nicki Minaj would have learned from Kanye? No. No. Nicki Minaj needed her husband and her brother pardon. That's what that shit was about. It had to be. This motherfucker said Donald Trump was handsome and dashing. I was like, handsome and dash this bitch. Are you out of your fucking mind? Yo, what the fuck? Yo, I can't. She said our handsome, dashing president. I can't. Somebody stop me. I was like, all right. When she said that shit, I was like, yo, she looking for a favor. Get the fuck out of here. All right. Handsome and dashing president. Bitch, didn't you used to go with Meek Mill? Yeah, I know it was maybe a fake ass celebrity romance, but you was with Meek Mill. I can't. Maria, she said, is he blind? Yeah, she needed that favor. And she said something about JD Vance, like, hold on. What did Nicki Minaj say about JD Vance and Donald Trump? All right, here we go. All right, we can do this. Nah, get to
models.
Wait a minute, hold on.
Like, dear young men, you have amazing role models like our handsome, dashing president. And you have amazing role models like the assassin J.D. Vance, our vice president. And when I say that,
she said he was an assassin, Freudian slip. That motherfucker's a killer. He killed the Pope. He killed the Pope, man. Pope Francis would have still been here. Pope Francis would still be. He killed the Pope. That motherfucker went to the Vatican and then the Pope died, man. Fuck JD Vance. Fuck JD Vance. It ain't right. Fuck you, JD Vance. I ain't even Catholic, but that ain't right. He's just running around the world killing people. He killed those fishermen out in the, you know what I mean, out in the Atlantic. You know what I mean? Talking about they was Venezuelan drug runners. No, they wasn't. They was out there fishing. You bombed them twice. You will pay for that shit. And then they went and got Maduro from Venezuela and his wife, and they on trial. They said, we not guilty. Fuck you. And I was like, one thing is for sure, Donald Trump can't drive. That motherfucker been rich so long, he's been driven everywhere he goes. He's always had a driver. Our handsome, dashing President Trump and the assassin. You see that bitch face when she's yeah, look, man, I hate to call women out of their names, but not these kind of women. I like to call them out of their names.
Handsome, dashing.
Hold on.
Dashing. Handsome, dashing.
Shut up. President. Wait a minute. Hold on.
Like our dear young men, you have amazing role models like our handsome, dashing president. And you have amazing role models like the assassin J.D. Vance, our vice president. And when I say that, trust me, there's nothing new under the sun that I have not heard, so you're fine. Yes, we did.
The assassin. Hold on.
He had the utmost respect and admiration for our president. He has, I don't know if he even knows this, but he's given so many people hope that there's a chance to beat the bad guys and to...
All right, fuck enough. Enough. All right, yo, y'all can Google this shit. What did Nicki Minaj say about Donald Trump? I don't want to play that shit anymore. What up, my brother Time? What's good, my dude? What's up? Good to see you. Cece says, ever notice when the heat is on, he leaves the White House and retreats to Florida? Poke ass, man. I wish he would just stay there. Tom says, Sunset 7x2, if you dating as a young man, 16 to 17, you should have a car. When you have a car at 16 to 17, the girls will come pause on that come part. Shit, no, don't pause nothing. They will. They be creaming in their pants because you pulled up in the whip. You know what I mean? So they know. You know what I mean? You get finished sweating that thing out. They ain't gotta jump on the bus or the train, being all self-conscious. Can they all tell that I just got finished doing it? Am I walking funny? Do I look ravaged? You ain't got your own. If you don't have a car, you gotta have your own place. I mean, you ain't got to, but it helps. It helps. It helps. But yeah, I'm just wondering if women look at men a certain kind of way when they don't drive, especially after a certain age. Like, I'm thinking like, you know, a lot of women in their 40s, you know, they still got a lot left in the tank. You know, a lot of black women, you know, they look like, you know, they in their 40s, they still looking like, you know, I mean, they got a lot left. You know what I'm saying? A lot left. Like, their car just been idling. You know, when you idle, your car don't use up a lot of gas. This shit look like it's been idling for 43 years. You gonna be dealing with a nigga that don't got no car or can't drive? You know, how do we kick this game? No, it says I'll keep a crib over a car. I don't blame you. Either one of them will get you far. Pun intended. Tom says, if you 30 something years old and you ain't driving, you better be blind or a millionaire. Man, listen. There are a lot of men over 30, over 40 that don't drive. I knew this one old head. That always bragged about not driving. Oh, y'all be paying for gas. Y'all be worried about traffic and all of that. And I don't have. This dude had like 3 or 4 daughters, and he can't drive. Now I know he didn't drive because he was scared to drive, and that's normally the case with most men who don't drive. They scared. Imagine, and I never really understood that. Maybe y'all can help me out on that. because I don't even think it's like no hyper masculine thing. I'm just wondering, how is it that you are not afraid of other people, or you could be that much trusting of other people getting you through traffic on highways and byways, but you're afraid to control that yourself? So when I talk about driving, I'm asking about issues of control, not in a negative way. Not in a negative way. But like my dad used to always say, look, I'm in the driver's seat. Y'all go where I'm taking y'all to. Sometimes I might let you know where we going. Sometimes I might just pull up, get in. We'll be back when we get back because we going where we going. Wherever we going, you gonna like where we going because I'm taking you. It was like that. But yeah, I mean, honestly, what's scarier? When you're a driver, being a passenger don't be feeling all that safe. Shout out to all of y'all passengers. I mean, all of y'all drivers that when y'all finally have to be passengers, y'all, you sneaking a peek over to see how fast they going. You pressing your imaginary brake in your seat. I see y'all. The imaginary brake. You know what I mean? What's scarier? Driving on the road or being a passenger? Man, I remember riding with my stepmom. She couldn't drive worth shit. May she rest in peace and everything, but she was a terrible driver. She was scared of the road. She had no business behind the wheel of a car. Ever. I was a young boy, because my mom could drive. She had the 77 Buick Deuce and a quarter in the 70s. She whipping the shit out of that. Had a 78 Trans Am, whipping the shit out of that. The Trans Am with the hood ornament on top of that shit, the big Firebird. Boo, 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 boo. She could drive. So my stepmom couldn't drive worth shit. I mean, it was bad. Tom says, son, most girls when we were growing up wasn't even thinking about driving, because when I was in high school, just check Melissa fine ass. She was talking to a dude that had a Benz. Come on, man. We was in high school. The drug dealers was coming up. Them old ass drug dealers was coming up to our high schools, scooping all of our chicks. In Benzes, in Beamers, in Audis, in Firebirds, in what was that? The Knight Rider car, the Trans Am. You know what I mean? The 80s Trans Am. In the Grand Am, in the Cutlass, in the 98, the 88. Shout out to the old 88, one of the best box sedans ever. That's why when Public Enemy was talking about the 98, I was like, the 98 is cool. But the 88, that's the sedan. That thing was on fire. Throw some rims on that bitch. Throw a system up in that bitch. It had enough room for everybody. Nice roomy truck. The shit was floating. It was the olds. You know what I mean? Them GMs. Yeah, GMs used to float. Nars know about it. The box was the 98. The box was the 98. No, it was the 88. Because the 98 had a coupe. Okay. We'll get this settled. 1982 Oldsmobile 98. Oh shit, you're right. Okay. This is the one I was thinking of, the coupe. But we talking about the sedan. That's the one I like. That 98. Not fudge. Nobody want it. Not the coupe. The sedan. All right. Now let me see. Hold on. Okay, there we go. So you had the 88. You had the 88. I didn't know they had a coupe for that too. No wonder I was confused. So they had the coupe and the sedan. Okay, I got you. 82 Delta 88 Royal Brome. Brome will get you home. I wonder if I take you home, will you still be in love, baby? Because I need you tonight. Oh man, that's what's up, dog. It's good looking. It says I had a chick ask me if her driving made me uncomfortable. Love them Buick Mom Dukes. Had the Knight Rider. That's what's up. That's what's up. So is that Monte Carlo Impala? My mom had the she had the 70s Monte Carlo. You know, that John short in the back, long in the front. Somebody stole that car. She never recovered it either. And that's when she got the Buick 8 Deuce and a Quarter. That's when she got the Deuce and a Quarter. My mom ain't played when it came to no cars. She was gonna be whipping. Cause she ain't getting on the bus. And you know what the crazy part about it is? She the one who taught me how to get on public transportation. But she ain't doing that shit. And my mom, you know what I mean? For better or for worse, ain't walked nowhere. Nowhere. The corner store around the corner, she paying somebody else to go or tell it or sending me to go. She ain't walking around there herself. She drive around there. Real shit. She ain't walk nowhere. But yeah, man. I don't know. You know how to drive. Man, you gotta drive. You gotta, you know what I mean, whip that thing. Whip. Yeah, whip. Damn, this shit going out again. Hold on, y'all. Yeah, the stream don't want to cooperate today. For some reason, they don't want to cooperate. But yeah, knowing how to drive puts you in more control. And I don't mean control in a negative type of way. I mean, it puts you in a situation where you set the direction. It's a leadership thing. It's an assertion type of thing. Like, I'm going to take y'all where you need to go. I know a place. Ain't nobody crying. Staple Sisters was the shit, wasn't they? Staple Sisters was the shit. Let's do it again. Staple Sisters was that work. They was shit. It was shit. Staple Sisters. Shout out to the Staple Sisters. Shout out. Frankie Noodle says, how are you going to be able to leave if stuff goes down? I will definitely get out. I don't care if I gotta drive run, walk, crawl, Tarzan Vine my way out. I will get the fuck out. Even if I have to take the Tarzan Vine and with my baby on my back or my shoulders. Hold on tight, baby. You know what I mean? You see us Tarzan vining our way out of the concrete jungle. We gonna get the fuck out of here. We gonna get the we gonna get Carla, you like that shit? You know what I mean? We gonna touch it. Yo, Carla, get on my shoulders, baby. We good. Fuck all y'all. Hold on. Put on my army jacket. Hold on. Put my fatigues on. You think you gonna keep us here? Oh, hell no, you ain't. Fuck y'all. Fuck y'all niggas. We getting out of here. Yo, Carla, get on my back. Get on my shoulders. Hold on to the vine with me. We out. Fuck all y'all. What y'all fuck y'all think this is? Y'all ain't gonna trap us. Y'all ain't gonna trap us in a concrete jungle where y'all try to apocalypse. Us out of, you know what I mean? Nah, sir. You ain't gonna get me and mine deleted. You ain't gonna get me and mine deleted. We out. Oh man. Fuck that. I do think everybody should be able to drive. It's too self-sufficient thing, and it makes you less reliant on your partner. Get on the vine. I said, put your cape on. Tom says, when I hit 20, I have my first Nissan Max, sunroof, wooden panel, peanut butter sit, probably the best car I ever had since my Buick Burrito. Yo, the Max, the Box Max, wasn't nothing fucking with that. The Box Max was the truth. Tom says, did I miss an episode of Tarzan? No, that was me and Carla or whoever, you know what I mean, Tarzan vining our way out of the concrete jungle when the apocalypse tried to take us out. Not gonna happen. I tell you. Not gonna happen. Yeah, man, that Box Max was everything. It was everything. Shout out to the 300Z. That's if you had real money. You know, the 300Z. Said it looked like the Lexus. The original Lexus, the 4 Series, the 4.6 Series Lex. They was battling Cadillacs. The 4 Series Lex was battling Cadillacs. They was giving them a hell of a run. All right. Let's check let's see what the poll results looking like. We about to get on about here. out of 48 votes, when it comes to dating, does it matter if your person drives or not? 35% says yes if you live out of the city. 40% says no if you live in the city. Interesting. 21% said men should always drive, and 4% says women don't have to drive. So most people believe that women should drive as well as men. I think it's interesting that the majority of people said no if you live in the city. Wow. Now, if that was New York, I could see it. You know, the parking situation is crazy. The traffic situation is off the chain. I could understand that. Not so sure I understand with the whole, well, basically any other city, because they don't get crowded that way and they don't tax you as hard. In Philly, having a car, I hate to say it, but nowadays living in Philly with a car is a liability. You're going to get tickets one way or another. They going to get you one way or another. You're going to get you. They're going to get you one way or another. Let's do these birthday shout outs. We have some birthday shout outs to do. Some people were born on this glorious January 10th, and they deserve to be acknowledged. So let's go about our business of acknowledging them and making them feel special because they are special, because they are special, because they are S-P-E-C-I-A-L. We get the R-E-S-P-E-C-T. They are S-P-E-C-I-A-L. We get the R-E-S-P-E-C-T. They are S-P-E-C-I-A-L. We get the R-E-S-P-E-C-T. They get number one out the box. Rita Ali, happy birthday. And also Lisa Kidd, Jimmy Graves, Linda Yarrington, Gracie, Theolina, Gracie Pierre, Monique Shiva Get Hall, and Muna Ayin Williams. And last but not least, my girl Vashti Green. I want to say happy birthday to all of y'all. And I hope that today finds you all in good health, happiness, mind, body, soul, and spirit. And that goes out to each and every one of y'all born on this glorious January 10th, anywhere out there in the world, worldwide, internationally, and universally. All of y'all go ahead and turn up. But don't turn up too loud. Just turn up loud enough so everybody can hear you. Rock out, rock on and do the damn, to rock out. Rock on to do the damn, rock out. Rock on and do the damn thing. You do your thing, y'all. Represent the queens and kings. You do your thing, y'all. Represent the queens and kings. Good things happen to those who wait. Great things happen to those who grind. And anything can happen to those who go for theirs. So go hard, go for yours, and remember, you don't have to drive to stay alive, but there's a lot of ways just to survive and be comfortable in your own skin. Yo, if you got a couple of cars, you're gonna win. Because at least it's all about navigation. You gotta go through these streets without the frustration that's holding you back and make it stay at home. Yo, you can't win a whole game by staying in the zone. Sometimes you gotta go man to man and pick up your peoples and pick up the fam. Like you go pick up a gram, you might have to go pick up a brick if you ain't sick. I'ma stick to the plan that I had in the beginning. You best believe tomorrow, 4 o'clock in the morning and all the way to 7:30. Yo, I know I'm going to reign victorious because that's who I follow. Yo, yours is the one that got to stay back because you ain't got no whip on a different tip. And I won't skip to the next track until I get my whip right on the streets back where you belong. I slipped to a song, got in the back seat and pulled the side of the thong. And y'all know what it was after that. Yo, we was getting real good, living fat. And you can best believe that. And you best believe that I'm a running back just like a running back. I'm talking about, Reggie Bush. The Reggie Bush. Forget the Reggie, the Bush. Bush in the bush, you know what I'm talking about? Everything is going to be all right. Take a route Drink me a Guinness stout. The shit was nasty, tastes like dirt, but it didn't hurt. Gave me a chance to give a little squirt. She squirted right back. I was like, oh my God, what's up with that? It's all good. It's all hood. It's all wood. It's all reasoning, all understood. I see y'all back tomorrow at 1:30. Yo, you think I'm lying about that shit? You heard me? Keep your ears and your eyes. Keep your ears and your eyes open, scoping your peers. I hope they. All right. Peace to all my day ones, my everydays, and my brand news. I love y'all to death. Resuscitate y'all. Love y'all right back to life. We will be back tomorrow at 1:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So make sure y'all come on through. I'll be happy to see you, welcoming y'all with open arms. You know what I mean? Lying in the sunlight, here in the dark, feeling your heartbeat with mine. Fuzzy, you whisper. Okay, all right. Anyway, yo, make sure y'all hit the like button before y'all get on up out of here. Y'all have a safe day. Have a safe day, a wonderful day, a great day, no exceptions. I holla. Yeah, I holla. All right, one.